I don't know about you guys, but every time I see snow outside, I get a strong urge to head to a desolate Romanian village, get slapped around by a vampire mommy, and fight my way through to rescue my Funko Pop collection, and then play Resident Evil Village. I've been wanting to do a challenge in this game for ages, even though so many people have already made ones, but I decided, screw it. Let's see if I can beat Resident Evil Village pistol only. The rules for this challenge are simple. I can only use the LEMI on enemies. This gun is kind of terrible with how many shots it takes, so I am playing on standard difficulty because, well, I started a playthrough on Village of Shadows and found out pretty quickly this was just not going to be even remotely possible, so standard it is.
Long ago, a young girl went with her horsey and summoned the other monsters. Suddenly, a witch appeared, and the girl ate the witch and she drank her blood.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck is wrong with you?
It was traditional.
And somehow this is only the second most traumatized I've seen a child in a video game. So Mia decided to serve us a little bit of wine. Oh, good f***ing job, Mia. You just spilled everywhere. And then somehow I ended up on this road to the village. And you would think after all he's been through, Ethan would be a little bit more careful, but this man is determined to catch every disease possible. Oh my god, Ethan, you just got tetanus from that.
Maybe they're out?
Yeah, I'm sure they're coming right back. Once I made my way into the village, I had to pick up a knife to open this curtain. I couldn't get rid of this at any point, so it kind of just sat there taking up space for the whole game. Anyway, I got this guy murdered, which was kind of deserved because he did have a shotgun, but he at least did give me a pistol. And this lichen ate part of my hand. Well, I don't need that many fingers for a pistol anyway. And this first lichen was scaring me, so I grabbed the magic red bolt cutters of despawning, and we were chilling for approximately 3 seconds until another lichen spawned in this building with me. I missed a shot, but it literally took a full clip of headshots just to kill one of these things. Following this, the village attack at the beginning is always one of the hardest parts in the entire game, but I decided to just guard this entrance with a bookshelf since lichen couldn't spawn inside the house until I was further inside. And a lichen actually kind of ended up blocking the walkway for me, so this part was much easier than normal. After enough time had passed, I got thrown into a wall and teleported outside, and it was at this point I realized there was something wrong. They had like no Christmas lights up. Okay, well, maybe they have a couple. And it was now time to head to Louisa's house so I could get the rest of the surviving villagers killed.
Outsiders, you're gonna get us all killed!
Yep, that's the idea. I don't see a single pistol in here. You all failed. Thanks for the save, Alana. Oh, never mind, you used a shotgun. It was now time to head to the castle and meet the sexiest character in the game.
I've been waiting for you.
Later on, I also got acquainted with Lady Dimitrescu, who was very friendly. Okay, I think you got enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me. Okay, well, now you definitely have tetanus. It was time to explore this beautiful castle while the tall lady terrorized me, and I picked off her daughters one by one. I ran through this basement area, picking off a couple of Morowaika. And yeah, I looked up how to pronounce what you call these. Anyway, I didn't have to look up how to pronounce the first daughter, because I pronounced her dead. And this fight wasn't too bad after I broke windows, blocked, and ran around. I also picked up a custom part for my gun, which I equipped right after this fight. I could now wander into the courtyard and get lost in a different part of the castle. I also love Resident Evil architecture because how do you even ask for someone to install these rotating statues to open a wine cellar? Like, this is so impractical, but I also kind of want this. And in the cellar, I fought off even more Morowaika on my way to Lady D.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has Heisenberg.
Wait, I don't remember doing that. I mean, yeah, I could have seen her coming from a mile away. One, because she's tall as shit, but also, yeah, Ethan, obviously she saw you in front of this giant window she was facing. How did this man survive the first game? Okay, well, that was my shooting hand, so I kind of need that. I hot glued it back on, which Ethan also didn't question, and escaped Dimitrescu again, so I could murder another daughter. This time, Cassandra. Unfortunately, I couldn't break this wall with my pistol, so for the first time, I did have to toss a pipe bomb. I was careful in my explosion to not hit Cassandra, since technically throwing a pipe bomb didn't break my rules, as long as it didn't damage enemies. The cold air and my pistol bullets did damage Cassandra a bit, and she crumbled like the wall. And then there was just one more daughter to take down, and Daniela was pretty easy to fight. Listen, I came here to kill some vampire daughters and play piano, and I'm all out of daughters. No, Ethan, you cannot play that, dude. Copyright. Since the only thing left to do was take on Lady Dimitrescu, I spent a while just exploring the castle and stocking up on treasure before walking out the front door. Ethan, no stabbing, oh my god. And this first boss fight was the main reason I chose standard difficulty, as I got very close to winning, but ran out of ammo near the end. On a retry where I was more careful with my shots, I survived and very sadly had to take out everyone's favorite vampire mommy. Sadly, I was done with my personal favorite part of the game, but there was plenty of action left and plenty of uglier things to get bitten by. I swear to God, this man has the survival instincts of a rock. Why is the old woman holding a human skull not setting off any alarms for Ethan?
Where did Mother Miranda take her?
The child will be sacrificed. Oh, but
Hey, wait! That shit is sick.
Ethan, no, sacrificing Rose is bad. Okay, his smile here reminds me of Attack on Titan. I'm not crazy, right? I found out Rose was in these flasks, and I would need to collect 4 of them to put her back together, which is basically the same number of pieces to put a Lego person together, so this was just Legos. I picked up the M1911, but I was determined to use the LEMI only, so I threw that right in the garbage.
Yes.
And now it was time to see Annabelle in her creepy house.
Come with me.
Oh, hell no. They got Gene Wilder in here? Ethan walked straight into this creepy house and immediately lost all of his stuff. How do you even do that? I'm at a loss. I really don't know. I ran around solving puzzles and again, waiting around in this dirty-ass, disease-ridden water, which is probably the same shit that fake Mia was cooking at the beginning of the game. I avoided this baby like Ethan avoided caring for his child Rose and headed back into the elevator. Okay, you really couldn't have done a better job disguising yourself without that big-ass fail. Anyway, 2 more flasks to go.
Does this look familiar to you?
What the f is this guy's problem? I just came from the creepy doll. Where did you even get that doll? It was now time to deal with a disgusting freak. And no, I'm not talking about Chris Redfield.
Sure, Chris. Damn freak. Why not? Do me.
Ethan, wait your turn like the rest of us. This time it was on to Moreau, who was busy making slime, and it took 4 pistol bullets to break, which was annoying, but at least still possible.
What's so funny?
Okay, wow, real mature.
Stupid.
You know, I actually agree with him. I had to escape Moreau's area, and doing so required a boat.
Boat?
Nope. Wrong game, Davey. Still Resident Evil. And Chris appeared out of nowhere to be a dick. Like, genuinely more useless than Mia in this game. And she's not even there for 99% of it.
Caught myself a big one.
Okay, Ethan. I'm like positive I didn't get above Moreau there and should have been eaten, but Ethan was also positive for several diseases, so this balanced out. The Moreau fight involved using a lot of medkits, but I scrounged up enough ammo to deal with him and just tried to find cover from his acid as much as possible. I mean, bro was making me look like Katy Perry at the Kids' Choice Awards. I had enough ammo, and after enough shots, he exploded. I felt a little bad because he really was the outcast of Miranda's children. Ugly, bloated, full of acid, unloved.
Disgusting.
But Ethan told me he also had a child he felt that way about. And it could be any of his children, okay? We don't need to name names. Ooh, my show's on. I spent a bunch of time scavenging the village for more supplies, and even though I had an absurd amount of money saved, I had maxed out the LEMI's upgrades, and the Duke only sold 15 handgun bullets for every new area. Next on the list was Heisenberg, and he led me to the werewolf nest, where I ran for my life from these wolves before having to face off against a giant lichen. I was put into yet another super close range Resident Evil boss fight with minimal cover, but I managed to survive this and unload my pistol into the lichen with enough ammo to take him out. At this point, I now had all 4 Rose flasks, which gave me a chalice so I could enter Heisenberg's factory. Ethan refused Heisenberg's offer to use Rose and join him, so I got thrown in with this guy who was not a big fan of Heisenberg, but he was a big fan, like in general. It's the propeller guy. I spent most of my time running here to save ammo for the Heisenberg and Miranda boss fights, and because these mechanical enemies were so tough, it was kind of a waste of bullets to even attempt killing them. At some point, the propeller guy caught back up to me, and I had to dodge his attacks while shooting at his back, and once I made it to the end of Heisenberg's factory, I met back up with Chris Redfield.
I told you to leave it alone, Ethan.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he is unbelievably useless up to this point of the game. Just give us any amount of context, Chris. Oh my god. The Heisenberg fight was kind of unique in that Ethan was locked into this gunner for most of it until a point where he got thrown out and could use the pistol. I picked up a little bit of ammo and had enough to send Heisenberg to his grave, which is embarrassing because how can you do all that and then get taken out by a guy with the LEMI? Mother Miranda was the only smart one of her group because she straight up ripped out Ethan's heart, and then it was on to Chris.
That you, Peach? I see Toadsworth roped you into this too.
Focus M. Bowser's got the power stars and you know what that means.
So, technically there is no LEMI for Chris, but he does have a different pistol. Let me adjust the rules a little bit and just use this other pistol instead because, well, it's close enough. And his section is super action-packed. so I had to shoot a ton of lichen infiltrating the village on my way to destroy the Megamycete. Once I broke through this wall, I got to the giant lichen fight, and I had about 200 bullets, which I hoped would be enough. But spoiler, it wasn't. Like, not even close. I unloaded every shot into the lichen's back, and even downloaded a health bar mod to see if I was close. And by my count, even if I hit every shot, I would need at least 100 more bullets to kill this thing, and I really didn't want to rely on my knife or help from the target locator. So I reloaded my last save, which was actually just before the Heisenberg fight, so Chris could get more ammo. This time with Chris, I tried to avoid shooting any lichens, grabbed every handgun bullet I could find, and made it back to the boss fight. It took about 300 bullets, but with enough ammo, I was able to take out the giant lichen pistol only. And now it was time to rescue Mia from her cell. And at this point, Ethan found out he died in Louisiana and was built from week-old Lunchley.
The Baker house. You died there.
You're telling me the guy who had his leg cut off, his arm cut off, twice, fell hundreds of feet, was mauled by multiple lichen, had his toes sucked by a wait, no, that didn't happen. You're telling me this guy died? I'm shocked. But seriously, can they let Ethan be happy for like 5 seconds? The only time I've seen him smile is in a Dante Ravioli thumbnail. For the Miranda fight, I stocked way up. Maxed out health kits, crafted all the ammo with supplies I'd been hoarding for the entire game, and I had over 200 bullets for her. Overall, I was way over prepared for this fight, but the main thing that made it easier was handgun ammo kept dropping. Without these drops, I probably wouldn't have had enough bullets, but because I was able to get 15 or 30 extra bullets from each drop, I was able to riddle Miranda with bullets and take her down. Mia demanded to bring Ethan, but Chris said he already killed one winter and had to make sure the other was dead too, so he left me with the rest of the mold.
Wait! Where's Ethan?
Mia.
I see what 30 is in the air.
Overall, yes, it actually is possible to beat this game with the LEMI only. The only asterisk here being the one pipe bomb to break the wall, and the Chris section, though it's still technically doable pistol only. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy challenges like these, be sure to subscribe to Epic Cakes Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.